My friend, why don't men approach me at the bar? My friend at the bar.
If men are not approaching you, it comes down to two things. One, you're not in your core feminine energy, which is open and receptive to receiving from a masculine energy man. Two, you have self-limiting beliefs running through your mind that affects your second energy field. You are soft, warm, and open.
Or even on social media, this may be actually because you are much more attractive than you thought you were. Did you know that we are much more reluctant to approach other women that are incredibly beautiful? Rather, we play it safe and we talk to people that are usually on our level. That way, the rejection most likely won't happen with someone that is just average to them. There are so many gorgeous women in public that simply never get the time of day from men. That is because if they get rejected by someone that is beautiful, that will hit them in a spot that is just unbearable. So instead of feeling down about the fact that you don't really get talked to at a party setting, or you rarely get attention from men on your Instagram stories, etc., it probably is that they are afraid to even talk to you because you radiate so much beautiful energy. So if you want to get any sort of attention, you may have to be the one to reach out to them first because you're simply too beautiful. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I just finished my day and left the grocery store, and I was almost to my car, and this man, I could see him approaching. I'm hard of hearing. I don't hear very well, but I did hear him say, "Excuse me, miss," and before he could even get the rest of his shit out, I kid you not, I said, "Please do not approach me. I am trying to go home." And in the most solid, loud, no bullshit voice I could give this man, I'm getting in my car and I hear him go, "Okay, geez." And I kind of step back out and I said, "You don't approach strange women who are alone in the parking lot." And he said, "Well, we've been doing this for 30 years. And I said, "Not today." So to the fucking dude that was selling candy or whatever in the Target parking lot, how about you just don't? Because I don't fucking know you. I don't know that you're not a threat, and you don't know that I'm not a threat. I was not having your shit today. I'm not going to have it tomorrow. Good luck, but maybe just in the future, don't approach strange women in the parking lot or argue with them about trying to approach them in the parking lot.
Hi, my name is Delancey, and I'm a dating and confidence coach helping women of color attract a soulmate love that aligns with their life vision and values. If you find yourself going out and about all the time, but nobody ever comes up to you, this is what you need to think about. Ask yourself the question, why does it make sense that no one ever approaches me? Usually some things that come up for my clients are things like, well, the type of men that I'm even interested aren't in the places that I'm going to. Or the kind of places that they're going to don't really make for people being social and starting conversations with one another. Another thing that comes up is that maybe my client looked busy or like they didn't want to be bothered, or they themselves were a little nervous, a little scared, and that energy was being projected out so that when people looked at them, they're like, oh, they don't look like they want to be bothered. They don't look like they want me to come up to them. Another very obvious answer is maybe they aren't interested. Either they're already in a relationship or you're just not their type. But no matter what the reason is that a man is not approaching you when you're out and about, there is one thing that really helps out all of my clients. And that's being flirty and social with the men that they are interested in. If he didn't approach you, go give him a compliment. Go ask him a question. You don't have to ask for his number or ask him out on a date, but if you just go up and initiate a conversation, just the conversation piece, then it will help break the ice and lend itself to you being able to develop something more from that point on. Worst case scenario, he's not interested and you're in the same place that you were before. Best case scenario, he was so excited that you went up to him and started a conversation that he starts asking you for your number, asking to take you out on a date, and potentially, maybe even he's the one for you. You're forever.
The less approachable you are, the higher in value you are. And let me explain. And I don't mean this to disrespect any woman out there, but usually the most women that are getting men in their DMs are usually the women that look approachable. And the women that look approachable usually dress a certain way and look a certain way. And I'm not saying that dressing a certain way makes you what they think you are. But usually when you are, for example, protecting yourself more, in the corner more, not showing off your body, men are actually intimidated by you because they know that you're harder to get. So if you're not being approached a lot, that's not a problem. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Remember, cheap products always have more people wanting it because it's cheap.
If you are not being approached by the masculine when you're out and you know you're a beautiful woman, a successful woman, you have a lot to offer, let's talk, because I know how frustrating that is. I made a video about this before where I shared that until I was 24, I had never been approached out at a bar or been hit on, like ever. Like the first time a drink was bought for me, I turned to my sister and I was like, what do I do? And I didn't know why at the time, because I thought physically, like, okay, I like how I look. I know I have a lot to offer. Why isn't this working? I'm a driven, successful woman. What's going on? Why am I not being approached? Let me shed some light on this for you. By the way, there was even a study that came out to back part of this recently. When your energy is closed, people aren't going to approach you no matter how beautiful you are. Because as humans, we're always assessing what is the risk of me getting rejected. Especially, speaking candidly, as the culture of feminism has really changed dating, a lot of men are kind of like, do I approach? Do I let her approach me? What do I do? They're confused. The thing that will draw a person in to approach you, the masculine, or not have them approach you at all, is how open or closed your energy is. And I've been saying this for the longest because especially driven women usually present more in their masculine and they're kind of like, oh, I have these walls and you have to break them down and I don't trust you and so I'm going to make you work for it sort of energy sometimes. What I've always worked with clients on is how to soften their body and open their energy up to allow that energy to come in. What this study found was exactly that in different words, just not in feminine and masculine energy work. The women who were approached the most in the study were the ones giving the most green lights that they were available for connection. Why? Because people are constantly assessing, am I going to be rejected or not? If somebody's giving you no eye contact, their body's closed, their energy's rigid, why would you approach them? You know you're going to be on the chopping block or you're going to be potentially rejected. When a woman softens, and I will do this in person with my clients when we do in-person days, we'll go out and I will teach them how to soften their body, how to keep their energy up and out in the room versus inward, how to stay open to somebody approaching them, and give those green lights to potential people to come forward. And I only know this because this used to be my biggest struggle. I was such a relationship girl that I was always closed off, so I never had that experience. And when I was dating, I didn't know how to open my energy. I taught this to a friend of mine and showed her how to open energy and have the masculine come in and approach, and it happened so fast that this person came to our table and all the things. We got in the car after and she was like, I'm hiring you for private coaching, because that little tiny shift was crazy. I can't wait to see what else we can do together. Moral of the story, how open is your energy? And are you giving them green lights to approach you? And if you want a more in-depth transformation so you can start to feel safe, relaxed, confident, open, when you choose to in dating arenas, then fill out an application, because let's talk about getting you in your most empowered feminine magnetic energy to help the empowered masculine partners.